Hey guys, I'm actually on travel right now for work and don't have a whole lot of time, so I'll just do a quick video. But there were a few things I wanted to share. One thing that one of the commenters pointed out, and I didn't realize it before, I don't think it's probably all that well known, is that you cannot do a critical attack against somebody that you're weak against. And that has a lot of implications, especially with light and dark. That means that a light character can never land a critical attack on a dark character, meaning that like Black Diamond can't have a critical attack on Shadowblade. So that makes a lot of things, I think, kind of placement and order has a lot of implications on that. So if someone has their Black Diamond set in the first position for a fast team, and you want to use your Shadowblade to attack especially somebody else, you can put them in the second position and you're basically guaranteed that they won't get taken out, because they'll just get a regular attack. Shadowblade can live through a regular attack, so anytime you don't have to be worried about it. You can bring that character, he can then attack the next character, and you won't have any trouble. Similarly, if they had Masuta Kira, you're not going to have that problem again. That's helped me. Again, there's some strategic moves that or combinations of characters and when you place them in, where knowing that can really help out. I think especially with some of the fast characters, because they are so easy to take out early on. So big thanks to the commenters for bringing in commenters. I'm not sure how, it's like a comet was coming out or something, but so big thanks to everyone that contributes and brings that that knowledge. I'll try to help disperse that, bring it back to anyone who's watching these videos. So that's it for that. I did want to take a couple looks at some of the other things that are going on. So we've got events, and the big one is that Lord Zom is back in the Heroic Portal. I'm hoping that this will be related to some other Lord Zom event. I had a great time when they had the Lord Zom event. It seems like at that time they had just event after event coming up with brand new characters and things like that. It was a lot of fun. At the same time, they've got a challenge dungeon running again. They've got Blistering Summit with Lupina tokens, and we'll take a look at the quest related to this. So they've done the same kind of thing for Lupina and for Lady Nimriel. And let's go ahead in there. Those are the only two probably of note for the events. If we look down through the quests, we'll get past those daily quests first. I've got a few of these gem quests left. One thing you'll notice is that we still have the quests left over from the last event. So you can see some of these here for completing the dungeon a number of times. Those are still there. I'm guessing they just haven't cleared them out yet. Once in a while they'll circle back to something, but a lot of times it takes them a couple days to get those old quests out of there. Something to point out for the Lupina event that's going on right now, though, we see you get 3 tokens after here for the next 10 defeats on Blistering Summit. So that's among the lowest number of tokens to defeats that they've really ever been giving out for their characters. And then similarly, 1 for 1's not so bad. I have run the... looks like I actually ran it quite a few times. Maybe it may only have been 3 times. I may have just auto-looted it the rest of the time, and didn't run across the big bad wolf yet so far in here. So still really difficult to farm these events for Lupina, but you can work towards it. Had a decent team. Let's go in there real quick. Another thing I wanted to point out, I think this is well known, but just for anyone that hasn't been doing these too long, if you quick loot, it does count in these for completing the dungeon. So we'll do that real quick. I've got a bunch of energy and not a lot of time to play tonight, so we'll just run through this. So even in just doing a quick loot like that, we're not going to get anything counting towards actually defeating Lupina. So that quest, we're not going to get anything for that. But this hasn't updated, so that's, I guess, the only other question. A lot of these interface screens don't update until you exit out and then go back to them. So let's scan all the way back down. I do wish they made these a little easier to work with. I feel like you end up scanning down through lots of lists in this game, and it can take a fair amount of time. There we go. Alright, so you could see there, go back up for a second, 11 out of 20, so we do get credit for that. I've done quick loot quite a few times at this point. I think something like 8 times and haven't been able to get Lupina to show up doing quick loot, and I think that's pretty common. I mean, for any of the quests that we've had going, quick loot doesn't usually give you the character. Not since, I don't remember if it was the Lorzom event, some event around that time, they actually were giving you credit for random occurrences of the character in the level, but they seem to have taken that away, and probably for a good reason. So that's all there. It's going to be a difficult grind for some of those. Again, I don't have too much time during this event. Lupina can be a great character, not one of my favorites, primarily because it's just so squishy, just so easy to take out early on. You know, it's a great status effect to have Fear on, increased damage, chance to run away, but it's just really hard to keep Lupina alive long enough to land that. So that's it. That's all we've got for this video, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to everyone soon.